Oh my goodness, guys. My name is Kim. I am your over 50 makeup teacher, and believe it or not, I'm coming to you from a Royal Caribbean cruise of the Mediterranean. We just left Crete. We started in Athens, went to Santorini. Now we just left Crete 15 minutes ago. And here I am sitting out on my balcony, getting ready to talk to you guys about makeup and skincare, because tonight we have a show planned, dinner planned, and another excursion. So we're headed to Turkey tomorrow. So anyway, I want to show you guys just a few makeup tips, because I had makeup on today. And sometimes, we feel like, and I've been out in the sun, we feel like, okay, so I need to redo my entire face. Now granted, if you feel crummy and sweaty and all the things, yeah, by all means, maybe a shower and washing your face and starting over. I don't want to do that, nor do I have time to do that. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit about how I'm going to kind of touch up, because I think that one thing that we don't take into consideration is the color that we get on our face throughout the course of the day, or that we have on our face. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, because color really does matter. Couple things I want to show you though. Saint is really, I'm here actually on a Saint incentive cruise. So I earned this trip, and Saint does these really great room drops. So that means they put cool things in your room while you're not there at night. And this is the most recent palette that they stuck in my room. It's a palette 18. How cool and so appropriate. I'm hoping that my video will unfreeze, because I'm out on the edge of the ship. So hang in there. Hopefully it won't freeze forever. It will unfreeze as we move. So just hang in there with me. I'm gonna post this. So that you guys will be able to watch if you can't watch fully now. All right, so, but before we get started, I want to share with you a deal that's coming right now. So one thing that you probably have seen me talk about is the Korean skincare Rimmon that I have been using and loving. So y'all, I don't know where you're watching from, but it's the 13th. It's Sunday the 13th here in Greece. And so on the 15th, at 8 p.m., the Rimmon Experience Kits are going live, okay? So the Experience Kits are an opportunity for around $100 for you to try the whole system for a couple of weeks, okay? I want to show you the sizes of them. Now, this was the travel case. If you were lucky enough to be able to get the travel case when the travel kits came out, the Experience Kits come in a nice, beautiful box. I didn't bring it because, gosh, I was struggling to get the luggage together that I could. And it is all labeled according to the steps and everything. So the sizes are a decent size. Like, this will last you a couple of weeks. So you can get either the Expert line, which is where I started and where I saw my really fabulous results, or you can get the Advanced line, okay? The difference between the Expert line and the Advanced line is the Expert line is water-based. It has the Jeju Energy Lava Water, which is a patented ingredient. It's like a hero ingredient, okay? There's no place else on the planet, skincare company-wise, that has this Jeju Energy Lava Water. Rimmon has one of the rights to that specific water that is out of the Halsan volcano, okay? It's being extracted. The other hero ingredient is the giant byungpul, and it is a patented plant. Like, byungpul is in a lot of Korean beauty products, okay? It's in the dried form. That's basically, when they're shipping byungpul to be put in different products, drying it means it weighs less to be able to ship. Rimmon and everything is manufactured on their own farm, so every product is exactly the same, but the giant byungpul is in its greenest form, right? So they take the Jeju Energy Lava Water, they water the byungpul plant, It grew at this astronomical rate, creating the giant young pull, and voila, now you have these 2 hero ingredients in all of these products. They've transformed my skin. Anyway, so you will get, if you get the experience kit, and if you comment K Skin, you will, the letter K like in Kim and Skin, you're going to get the links to everything we talk about, probably plus some, including the link to be able to get this experience kit on the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to want to grab it, all right, because you can purchase them individually, and that hasn't ever been able to happen before. So you're going to get the cleanup powder, the active cleanup powder. This is a cleanser, but it is also a gentle exfoliant. You will get the, where is it? The calming gel. It might be still in, it's still in the bathroom. Oh no, here it is. The calming gel, okay? My husband uses this. You will get the booster and the serum, Boo-Say Boo. Booster, serum, Boo-Say Boo, okay? Booster has a lot of Jeju Energy Lava Water, so does the serum, and then you seal it, all that moisture in and hydrate with the booster after it. That's why you do booster, serum, booster, and then the active cream, okay? You're also going to get the BB cream, and I don't think that you're getting the sunscreen. When you get the RAD line, the Radium Zone 100 line, you're getting all of that. Not all of that. You won't get the EX cream, but you will get the toner, the ampule. This is the magic for dark under eyes, along with the active cream. Okay, so it doesn't matter which kit you get, you're going to get something for your dark under eyes. And then you will get the RAD 100 cream. What's the difference between RAD 100 and the EX line is the RAD 100 is oil-based. Okay, it has nanoliposomal technology, which means it is getting to the deepest layers of the skin. It's reaching at a cellular level. Okay, so, you know, as we get older, our cellular turnover is not near as quick as it was when we were younger. Like about every 28 days, you would have cellular turnover when we were younger. And now it can be 60 to 90 days, which is why our skin ends up looking really drab after a long period of time. And if you don't exfoliate on a regular basis, that would be a really good start for you. So these experience kits are going to become available on the 15th. Mark your calendar. All right, so let's, and one more thing I want to encourage you to add. If you're gonna grab that kit, add the Snow Enzyme Cleanser, okay? Because this is a cleanser that you can use every day. It's $25. Even if there's just one product that you're like, you know what, I'm ready for a new cleanser. I need a new cleanser. This is gold, okay? It is gold, it's gonna last forever. It's water-based, and your face will never feel clearer and cleaner. Never. If you're using makeup wipes, don't do that anymore, okay? And don't say, Kim, don't tell me what to do. I'm telling you, you are just holding dirt into your skin. It's not cleaning your skin, all right? I only share what I know, and I was a makeup wipe user, okay? So it's not like I'm bossing you because I just think I know, like I know. I've been using these products and they've made a difference. So let's move on and just really quickly talk about adding makeup as the day goes on and how to just freshen up. All right, so I'm gonna use my One Compact Makeup System by Saint because, well, I love it. It's truly the best makeup that I've ever used. And I love it as much today as I did 4 years ago when I found this makeup to begin with. They're all cream formulations. Everything is matched to my skin tone. So everything that's in here, individual, okay? I can pop these little babies in and out. I have foundations, color correctors, concealers, lip and cheek colors, and eyeshadows, but you can build a compact to fit your budget, okay? You don't have to go all in. And really, like, my compact changes a little bit, but now that I'm so comfortable with these colors. Like these are I love being able to call this my compact. Like Kim's compact. My compact won't look like your compact, which is as it should be because my face doesn't look like yours. All right, we might have a similar skin tone, but it's really important to be able to take ownership. It's like your fashion style is not my fashion style. And so having a product that that can move with you and how you're feeling, or your mood or your vibe, is very powerful, and I love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a good look. I'm going to try and zoom in. I used the suction cup up against the balcony window, and it kept sliding down, so I tried 3 times to go live. So I'm going to very carefully zoom in so you guys can see my face. All right, so what you see currently right now on my face is a little bit of contour, and you know that this is contour because there's shadowing. Now, I have high cheekbones, okay? That's just genetics. I don't do anything to my face. I don't do Botox, I don't do fillers, I don't do whatever. I don't do surgery, I don't do anything to my face. Never have. All right, so taking a look at my face and saying, okay, first and foremost, adding dimension is like, that's where I start, because when you add depth to your face and sculpt it, you give this it's like this presentation of, oh, there is my 3-dimensional face. It's not all one-dimensional. It's not like it's oval shaped or round or square. It's like, there's the dimension. There's my cheekbones. There's my jawline. Well, there's where it's been. So, no more double chin. So I love teaching makeup tricks that are going to help you to maybe distract from the things that are bothering you, add sculpt and dimension to your face, and then bring light and brighten those areas that you want to show off, okay? So always approach makeup that way. So let's start by figuring out, does Kim need to add any more dimension? I wouldn't say that I'm going to add more dimension, but I will add a little bit more warmth. All right, so I have been out in the sun. It's been in the 80s here in Greece, perfect, beautiful weather, so I have a little bit more color to my face. So what my foundations right now, and that's the other thing that I love, is I have multiple colors in here that are going to be able to transition me from season to season. I go back next week to the East Coast, and it's going to be snowing at my house. It's going to take about a week or 2, and my skin is going to lighten. And then I'm prepared with my One Compact makeup to be able to lighten up my foundation. But you shouldn't ever think that when you're on vacation that your foundation is going to be the same exact color, because it's not. And really, your face can change from day to day. Maybe you're more flush. Maybe as you're having hormone changes or you're having hot flashes, your face will change color. So take that into account, which is why I always love to talk about adding dimension first, because then it doesn't even really matter what color your foundation is. You can fill in the bits and pieces where you need to, and it all makes sense. It kind of all comes together. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to add warmth. I have a contour here. This is called Cedar. All right, I don't know why my skin, why it's blurry. I don't use filters or anything, so yeah, it's probably trying to blur my background. But anyway, this is Cedar. It's a little cooler. This is just Bella Bronzer, and that's, you can see I use it tons, but it lasts so long. Like, I've had this in here for months. I really feel like it's very economical. If you want any of the links, all you've got to do is comment K, like in Kim, skin. All the links will come to you of the things that I love. Like, every time I go live, I might add one new thing, but for the most part, like, my products that I share are the products that I truly love. And most all, I bought with my own money and then tried for a very long period of time and then fell in love with them. And some companies reached out to me, or some, I'm like, hey, you know what, I have a lot of followers. Can you give my followers a break? Can you give them a discount code? What can you do for them if I share, my product or your product? And sometimes they'll give me a break for you guys. So I'm always looking out for you. I'm gonna go in, just pouncing. I'm using this brush, it's a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of warmth in the same place, really, that I would add contour. Now, don't get all worried like, oh my God, that's so orange. It's all gonna kind of come together in the end, and you wanna take that color all the way back to your hairline. I had a whole lot of melasma. If you guys go to my highlight bubble on Instagram and you go to skincare, you kind of go back and look at some of the pictures. I used to have melasma, dark melasma right here, almost to the point where I didn't even have to put contour because it was that dark. And the Korean skincare lightened all of my melasma, which was really due to sun damage and me being a sun worshiper when I was younger. All right, so I'm gonna come down and I'm just gonna basically make a C, because the objective here is just to add some warmth. Because I got a little tanner. So then I don't have to go back east looking pasty white. Is that east? No, be west. I was a public school educator for 25 years, but geography wasn't my strong suit. I taught the 7 continents and their locations, so I should know that though. All right, so just look at that. That's all I did. So I'm adding product where I need it, but not reapplying all over the place. Because what would end up happening if I just decided that I'm just gonna add more is as the night, by the end of the night, what'll end up happening is it'll end up creasing. And if I get up really up close, it's gonna look like I have a lot of makeup on. And that really truly is not something that I'm interested in looking like. Like, I love up close makeup. I want to be 3 feet from somebody and just look natural, okay? And so that's my goal here, and that's one of the multiple benefits of cream products, is that they really just look like skin. If you can see the product, if you can see your pores more, then you want to think about the color that you're using, okay? So if you're using cream products and you feel like your pores are being accentuated, that your wrinkles are being accentuated, number one, you're probably using too much. Yeah. Number two, it's probably the wrong color. It's probably too light, or you need a color adjustment. And that's this time of year, that's often the case. So again, if you comment K Skin, you can get like the links even to get a color rematch. I'd be happy to do that for you. All right, so what else do I need now? Like, I'm thinking, I have a whole lot of they're freckles or sunspots. I don't mind them, okay? It's kind of like freckles. Like, I just love like that natural kind of look. If I tried to cover all of those, I'd probably spend a very long time on my makeup, but I'm not worried about it. I'm wanting to look at the overall look. You know, I just want to look polished, radiant. I just want that overall look. So I'm not gonna worry about all of the little Asian sunspots. One little trick that you could do if you have a lot of Asian sunspots is do more of a toning. And toning is kind of like if you get your hair colored and lightened, whether it be silver and gray or blonde, then toning is very common. It evens out your overall hair. It makes the disparity between colors a little less. It softens, all of those things. So when we're talking about toning, an area like my age and sunspots here, that would require me just taking a really light dusting of maybe a bronzer, okay? And tapping it on the lighter areas, not directly where it's darker, but on the lighter areas in order to match the darker areas. Now, you might think, okay, so then your whole face is gonna be orange. That's not what happens, and that also means that if that's happening, you're applying way too much bronzer. That's not what I mean. It's like you would take a very small amount, and where you see the lightest piece, it's really hard for me to show you here. I put this bronzer here right now so you can just still see the disparity. If I take a little bit of my foundation and I feather it in. I can lighten that somewhat. But that's what I would do, is like just take a little bit of bronzer, and on the areas, the lighter areas, I would just go ahead and add a wee little bit and then try to even it all out. I'm just gonna take a wee little bit and feather this in, not a lot. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the under eyes here. So I didn't apply a lot of makeup under my eyes this morning. I was wearing sunglasses most of the day, but I'm going to use a color corrector in just, if I try and take a look at the areas that really truly have darkness in more of an unnatural way, and I don't like to really say that term, but you know, we naturally have shadowing right here. I don't care who you are, you have natural shadowing right there. So when you try to make this area under here really light, it's actually not working in your favor. Your lashes create the shadow there. You know, your eyes, they're actually like, it's like a sphincter muscle, right? When you blink, all of that movement closes, and when you close your eye like that, it kind of like shoves all of the makeup into your wrinkles, okay? And so that's why we have to be really careful around that eye area, what kind of makeup we're using there and how much we're using there, because it's what we do. Like, that's where our emotions are in our face, is in our eyes and our mouth. So I'm gonna look at you and I'm going to say, okay, so truly, where are the purpley blue areas? And I'm going to use a color corrector there. And I can see right here and right here. Now, that looks dark. That's a shadow. I'm okay with that. I already applied a color corrector through there and can maybe tap a little bit more. That's what I did this morning, and it's stayed. This is a color corrector by a company called Amazing Cosmetics. I really like it. It's kind of, it's grippy. So giving that just a second to be able to kind of sink in. And it's really great if you have excess like blue and purple. All right, so just by taking that salmon color, I just love the whole thought of, instead of going through your old routine, take a look and say, okay, I need to add dimension to my face. I'm going to do that with a bronzer or a contour. All right, I'm going to add color to my face. I'm going to color correct where I need some color correction, and then I'm going to brighten. And then everywhere else, we're going to fill in the gaps. Because it doesn't matter what kind of makeup, whether you use Saint makeup or MAC or what, if you have those basic principles in the back of your mind, you can do that with whatever makeup you have and have an entirely different look going on. All right, so I'm gonna scoot in so you guys can see how it really helped with the discoloration. It's kind of magical that way. All right, so other than that wee little bit of foundation that I put underneath of here, and it was so minimal with this fluffy brush, and then I just feathered whatever was left on my brush around. Okay, I didn't over apply foundation. The next color that I'm going to do is I'm going to brighten. Okay, and this is one of my favorite steps that actually takes a mediocre look into a, wow, you look like you were so well rested and got a full 8 hours sleep last night. I'm going to use a small brush. This is the shape brush, but I'm going to pinch the end because it's somewhat fluffy, and I'm going to go into a little bit of a lighter concealer. Nothing too light. All right, but I'm going to avoid from where the iris of my eye, the colored part, over, I'm going to avoid that area, and I'm going to apply it in the middle. And then I like to come down just mid-nose area, but you know, play with it just a little bit, okay? and then we're gonna soften all of that. I don't know if I brought my beauty blender out here. I didn't. I'm just gonna use my finger. All right, and all that did was just brighten. Again, that's, the lighter color is going to walk forward or step forward that area of your face that you kind of want to show off, right? The bronzer, the contour, is going to add the depth and the dimension. I'm not sure where we ever got, and it's probably somewhere in history, that we would take one color of foundation and place it all over our face and then add no other colors of foundation, because our faces are not one color naturally, and so then we're making them one color. You know, and I'm sure somewhere in time that was what you did. All right, and then the other place that I really love to be able to put a little bit lighter, is right down my nose, and all that's gonna do is kind of slim my nose a little bit. I did add a contour here earlier this morning so you can still see the shadow, but just take a look. Like that's, I didn't add very much product at all. Some people will put their accent or their brightening highlighter or concealer, a lighter one right here. The reason that I don't is because I have 11s. I have expression on my face, okay? I'm going to avoid that area because if I put a lighter foundation here, it's going to accentuate that. I don't want that. All right, so I just turned 55 yesterday, and this makeup I've been using since I've been just over 50, and this makeup ages with you, okay? But in a good way. It's the makeup that you feel really good for whatever age you are. And it allows you to do that. It moves with you, literally. It moves with your age. Okay, so I need color on my face now. That's where we are. I'm cooler toned, all right? You might not think that because I have tan, but my undertones are cooler. If you're wondering how you can find out, Kate Talbert, she's a makeup artist for Saint as well, and we were in Atlanta, and she's like, I got the best advice. Like, she's a real makeup artist. I'm a teacher, but she like is a makeup artist, like studied, tried and true. Anyway, she learned from one of the experts that if you make a fist and you look in between your knuckles, if it's more pink, then you are cool toned. If you see blues and purples, then you are more warm tone, or greens, you're going to be more like olive and neutral. So try that. I know everybody's right now looking at their knuckles to see, but mine are more pink. All right, I also have a lot of neutral, which is why I see some green. But there you go. Anyway, let's add some color to the face. So anyway, I have some cooler tones. All of these are liquid cheek colors. I do love having a peach. Even though I'm cooler tone, I do like having a cooler peach, simply because peach, by the natural color that it is, using color science, helps to be able to color correct blue and purple. And believe it or not, age spots have a lot of blue and purple in them. And so by using some peach tones, I can also add just a little bit of peach. Try this. This is a color called Madrid by Saint. Love it. It's a little on the warmer side for me, but on the skin, it really just truly looks natural, and it helps my age and sunspots to kind of sit in the background and not in the foreground, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to add a wee little bit of Madrid. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead, and I love right now, my favorite is this mixture of Pink Slip and Pinky Promise. Bright, woo! This is like neon pink, and Pink Slip is, it's like a pink gloss, and it's more sheer. So I like to just bounce It's fun to be able to create new colors with the colors that you have in your palette, because you can mix. That's what makes it so nice, having everything in one palette. Back to the foundations, you know, as I'm transitioning from my grease skin back to my cold weather East Coast skin, I'll be able to jump back and forth to foundations. Oh, I need a little bit of my grease color and a little bit of my winter color, and I'm gonna mix them together. Voila, now I have exactly the color that I need, until in wintertime, I'll be entirely my winter color. So I hope that's all making sense to you. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to use, I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. Once I find my, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this color called Renaissance. All right, and Renaissance is, it appears warmer here, but it really has, it's really great for all skin tones because it has it has blue and red and yellow. And I'm gonna line oh my gosh, the boat is rocking. Let me know if you have ever been on a cruise before and where you went. We, when we were in Crete, we went on a walking tour, and we didn't realize we weren't going to get any free time because we were really wanting the food. I mean, it looked fabulous, and so everybody on the tour was rather disappointed. I mean, it was a historical tour. It was very educational. Crete is so cool and beautiful, so many restaurants, shopping areas, we couldn't stop. So when we got back to the hotel, we had to hurry up and run to the buffet to grab some food because the restaurants weren't open yet for dinner. Now what I love to do is line with a darker color and then fill in with a little bit of a lighter color. And for me, I have really thin lips, so the darker color helps to be able to give my lips some shape, and then the lighter color helps to be able to give it some, like a plumper look. Our lips tend to fold under as we get older, and so by using like only red or only Renaissance, my lips would look so much smaller than what, well, it probably would accentuate how small they really are, in all honesty. All right, so a couple things I don't want you guys to forget is the experience kits for Remont are going on sale on the 15th. They're $100, okay? 2 different kits, the Expert line and the Rad 100 line. You can take my skincare quiz. If you comment the word K-Skin, it's going to give you the skincare quiz. Take it, see the recommendations. However, I would like to recommend, and you guys can reach out to me specifically, but I really recommend everybody starting with the Expert line. And the reason being is because most of the time we don't realize that our skin barrier is compromised. Most of the time, we do not realize that all our skin really needs is water. And when you nourish the skin and heal the skin barrier, nourishing it with water, hydrating it, it automatically plumps up. That's where the real results came for me. It was like, dang, I didn't realize how dehydrated my skin was. I drank water, I had a full skincare routine, really good one for like a year and a half, with some good products, thinking that my skin was just plateaued. It was as good as it was gonna get. And only to find out there's a reason that Korean skincare has been Googled, the increase in Google searches for Korean beauty increased by 350% because the Koreans know exactly how to do it. And this particular company sold $2.5 billion in 4 years in South Korea. This product comes from South Korea, from its own farm. All right, so it's not being in some lab that's being shared by a bunch of other skincare companies. No, it has its own farm. Harvested, packaged, The science is done there, and it's manufactured and sent here. Temperature, quality control, all of it. Like, it's high quality. If you get on Amazon and you search for Riemann, you might find it, but I don't know that it's the real thing. I'm just gonna put that out there. I would be extra cautious. That could have been sitting in somebody's trunk for months, all right? It might not even be the real thing. So I highly recommend you just purchase it from a planner. All right, so eyes, what do I want to do with that? I ended up using I used 3 colors. I used a neutral. I'll show you. If you just remember these principles when it comes to eyeshadow, I need a neutral. A neutral would be a shade darker than your skin tone, okay? Not a bright white, okay? This was where, and it's in here for a reason, because there are occasions where I will use it like on this part of my eye. I don't apply this underneath of my brow, personally, because I have deep set eyes, all right? So deep set eyes, the definition of deep set eyes means that this brow bone protrudes further than maybe my lid, okay? It just sticks out, it protrudes. If I put a light color there, then it's like hanging a neon sign on that protrusion. It also makes my crease look deeper. So I have to be really careful applying a dark color right here in this crease, or it's going to deepen that crease to the point that it looks like I'm like Skeletor. Make my eyes look like they're sitting clear back into my head, which is not a great look for me. So when you think about just bright colors, light colors are going to make an area step forward. Dark areas or dark colors are going to make an area recede, which is why we all want to wear black, right? Because it's slimming. And when you wear white, you better, have the white placed in the right spot. You wear whatever you want, okay? You can all tell me, I'm going to wear my makeup however I want, and as you should. I'm just giving you some basic principles. But these are just things to think about when you're getting ready. It's fun. It's just fun to play with. All right, so I use this color called, I'm going to pull it out of here because I don't want to give you the wrong color. But I want to show you. This is Dream. So can you see, this was my transition color. It really is, no, you can't tell, but it's like a skin tone. All right, another transition color that you could use, or a color that could be a transition color. Pinks make great transition colors. This is called Pup, great transition color. This is called Chai, Cafe, great transition color. So get yourself a transition color. That might be the only color that you want. If you're not much of a makeup girl or an eyeshadow girl, just get yourself a transition color, because you can place that all over your eyelid, in your crease, and it's slightly above your crease. The one thing I didn't mention, and I'm hesitating to even talk about it anymore because Sigma has been sold out for so long, is this eyeshadow primer. It's in the color Persuade. So many of you are on the wait list for it, but an eyeshadow primer, even if you don't do eyeshadows, this is by Sigma Cosmetics. I think I'm even going to send you the link for that if you comment the word K-Skin, because again, I love it. And they told me that they would have them stocked soon, like especially before the holidays, but keep checking Amazon too. So I used that as my transition shade. I used a little bit of this bright pink. All right, this is Miha. So bright, who would think? And I took it and I applied just a little dot right here in this area above my crease, and I'm just going to do little circles. All right. Now, one thing that you want to be really careful of is that you don't overextend your shadow beyond the tail of your brow. Okay, otherwise it's just going to drag your eye down. So when we're going from day to night, the eyes are the easiest way to play it up, right? So you can go in and bold your look, add some color, maybe do more of a little smoky eye. That smoky eye is mainly perfected in the blending, and also this outer corner is really truly what you're trying to smoke up, right? Sometimes I get really intimidated when I watch some videos on social media with the smoky eye. I'm like, mine never looks like that. If you just use a transition shade and then darken it up out here in the outer corner and blend really well, you're good, okay? For the average woman who does their makeup daily, that is kind of like a rule of thumb. Now, I can take one shade lighter or one shade darker, and this is called Revival, and I'm gonna place it just in that corner, only down on my lid, okay? And then we're just gonna work that and I have really textured eyelids, so I have to be really careful to blend, because otherwise all that texture is just getting caught, you know? I want to make sure that it's blended so that when I close my eye, I don't have like little creases, right? The magic is in the blending. And one little trick that you can take is if you're like, it's just not blending, go back into your transition shade, add a wee little bit of it, and then take it and blend it over everything. It will mute it all, but not too much, but it'll blend all of the colors together. If you have oily eyelids, sweaty eyelids, and sometimes that primer can actually feel grippy, which, you know, is ultimately what you want because you want your eyeshadow to stay on. But in the end, it can help, it can make it difficult to have these seamless blends. All right, so now because I'm going more for like a deeper look, I'm gonna go into Revival and a really, that tapered end, and I'm going to kind of use that right here in the outer corner first, and then whatever is left on my brush, we'll shove inward. So it's just a hint, a soft look there, okay? Same thing, tap it off. Where I put my brush the very first time is where most of the product is gonna be dropped. So be cautious of that. If I put it right here, well, that's where the darkest is gonna be. I don't want it here. I want the darkest out here. And then whatever's left will travel inward. Okay. Let's do a little cleanup on aisle 7 right here on the outside, and then we're just gonna wrap this baby up. I'll add some mascara. You guys don't have to watch me do that. I'm gonna go in with a flat, dense brush and that lighter accent highlight, and we're just gonna clean this up just a little bit so that it's a nice, sharp edge and that there's no wonkiness going on. I might need to clean up a little bit better here. We're on the verge of starting to get like dusk. So I'll take a brush here. Alrighty. You guys have been awesome. Don't forget, Snow Cleanser, 25 bucks, Experience Kits, going on sale, 15 for 100 bucks. And if you're interested in a color match so that you can build your own one compact makeup system like mine, comment the word K-Skin, you'll get all the links. You guys, thanks for joining me. It's so cool that I was able to do this on the cruise ship. My name is Kim, and I am your over 50 makeup teacher. Click follow if you don't currently follow me, so in case you've requested any links, you're gonna see them. Otherwise, Instagram might keep you from seeing the links if you don't follow me. You guys have a great one. See you soon.